Hi, welcome to Weekend T-Shirts. I hope you enjoyed the very first episode from last week. Let's get on to week 2. A couple things before I start. Apparently I say too much. No I don't. Also, apparently I wasn't looking at the camera. I think that's partially because I'm looking at the little timer on the screen of my GoPro instead of the lens. At least I'm not looking over there, although I think sometimes I do look over there. But mostly I'm trying to look here. Anyway, the shirt for this week is this one. It'll always be the one I'm wearing, unless of course it's cold, in which case you'll see me in a jumper and the shirt will probably be underneath. However, if I am wearing a jumper, I don't really have to wear anything underneath. You're not going to know what shirt it is anyway. But that aside, this is the shirt for week 2. One thing I should have mentioned last week is that shirt is obviously, being Chili Peppers, was from the rock and roll category, which I have a couple categories listed on the blog. And this t-shirt is from the Star Wars category. I'll give you a couple close-ups. So you can see here it's Stormtroopers and they appear to be moshing at some sort of rock concert. I imagine it's quite heavy. They certainly look like they're enjoying it. Because of that, it could be a subcategory for rock and roll, but I'm only listing main categories and this is certainly Star Wars. I got this t-shirt surprisingly from Target. Every now and then they bring out some random licensed t-shirts and Star Wars seems to be common for them. Star Wars is common for everything, I guess, because it's so awesome. And that's just not my opinion. That's global, universal opinion. Star Wars is awesome. It's been proven. You can't unprove it. Just deal with it. They had the shirts out for a while and I don't go shopping all that often, but I saw them and I thought, oh, I really, really want that shirt. However, I started a shitty job at the time, wasn't getting a lot of money, didn't need any more t-shirts, so I didn't buy it. Went back in a couple weeks later, they had a couple left and was still on sale, so I bought it. Problem was, the sizes were all wrong. This one, however, is a large, and if you remember anything from my last video, I'm normally a medium, sometimes small, usually not large though. But it was the only one left. I think they had a couple others, but they were even bigger sizes again, and since we're not in Germany and I don't need to go extra large, I thought I'd just get the large. Turns out my girlfriend had actually bought the shirt for me just a couple weeks before, in the right size as well. She bought a medium. It fit much better than this. However, I'd already cut the tags off, so she had to return her one. And of course that means no random present for me. It's not actually too big. The sleeves are pretty good. It's just a little bit loose around the body and maybe a little long in the torso. I tend to prefer slightly smaller shirts. Not fitted, just smaller. So for a small period of time, I actually had 2 sizes in the shirt. I wish I hadn't bought it, so I had been able to get the one from Caitlin. It also would have cost me $10 less. But these things happen. The shirt itself, I reckon, is really cool. Most of my shirts are black, which you can also tell from the stats. It's a little under half, so it's nice to have a white shirt. Stormtroopers also are really cool. They're not too good at aiming, but as characters, they look pretty awesome and they stand out. You see a Stormtrooper, you know what it's from. So people see the shirt, they instantly associate it with Star Wars, which they should. I don't see why you'd associate it with anything else. But I think it's really cool. I was looking closer at the Stormtroopers on the shirt, and from what I can tell, I think they're actually figurines that have been posed. They actually look a lot like this figurine, which I got. You can see the hand poses. This is how big it is. And yeah, you know, you can put on my shirt, join in with the others. And yeah, you can notice with the hands, so if you look at this hand here, and then look at this hand here. It's the same sort of pose, the sort of pose that you get with figurines. What's special about this one though, is it's George Lucas. This was a very limited edition. Stormtrooper that was released back in 2011, I believe. I didn't buy it. I was actually given it. A girl I used to work with, she worked at a gaming company. I was lucky enough to meet George Lucas and got given one of these. She was actually given more than one. She was given, I don't know, around 10. She found out I liked Star Wars and gave it to me, which is pretty awesome. I don't actually own many Star Wars figurines, but this is definitely one of the most awesome ones to own. You'll notice it's out of packaging. I don't believe in keeping things in mint condition. The whole idea of a toy is to play with it. If it's a figurine that's posable, the fun there is posing it. You can't do that if it's in a box. I have kept the box in good condition though, so that I can put it back in there. And that's about it for this t-shirt and this figurine. Hope you've enjoyed week 2, and I'll see you next week. May the force be with you. Rockin' Stormtroopers.